guys, it's me here today from Creative Business Build, and today I want to talk a bit about Skype meetings. Working as a freelancer involves a lot of communication with your clients. So that means that usually if you're not in the same town or not even in the same country, you're going to have to use Skype or probably some other communication software like Google Hangouts or something like that. But basically the rules are all the same. So there are a couple of points that you have to address before having a good and effective Skype meeting. The first one is your environment. Using Skype, you shouldn't use only voice Skype. You should show yourself, because when you show yourself on camera, clients get the feeling that you're actually a real person, and you have a lot more social proof. Also, how you look like on camera and what your surroundings are like is important, because nobody wants to have a feeling like you're living in your mother's basement or like you're living in some shitty place, because they will automatically get your social proof will just go down. So you should be careful about what to do. So what are a couple of things you should be careful about? If you don't have an environment that looks really tidy and like an office space or like a creative space, you should probably just do what I do. You can just use a wall behind you. Just place your laptop when you're Skyping somewhere like this, and there's a white wall behind you, and you can turn on the lights or open the windows so the environment will look nice, and that's all good. You don't have to worry about it anymore, because I've talked to I've been on Skype with a lot of executives and really high profile people from really big companies, and mostly like in 70 to 80% of those talks, they're sitting in a laptop with a white wall behind them. Because if you've ever been to like these really big corporations, their offices are made like there's this big table. Their conference rooms are made around this big table, and there's a wall behind them all the time. So if you do that, you cannot miss, actually. Also, how to dress. How to dress, I think it is important, and isn't you? I think you shouldn't be wearing a suit and a tie, because that just makes you look like you're a tryhard. Try to wear something that's nice, that looks okay, that tells like you're a tidy and responsible person, but don't go overboard and try to buy these fancy shirts or everything. Just look presentable. You don't have to look like you're an executive, or even worse, like you're some salesman or something like that, because nobody likes door-to-door salesmen. That's something to avoid. Also, if you are nervous, let's address the nervousness here for a bit. Usually when starting out, it's a strange feeling talking to somebody on Skype. Most people usually also have a lot of anxiety regarding that. The thing is, if you're anxious, it's always better to channel that anxiousness into enthusiasm, because actually everybody likes enthusiastic people. Nobody likes nervous people, because they think they have something to hide. But if you're enthusiastic, it's going to be good, because it's really not it's not hard. If you're nervous, it's not hard to become enthusiastic. You could just be, yeah, okay, that's nice, yeah, we'll do that, and tra-la-la. Also, one other thing to remember is, if you're nervous, or if you actually get a block in your head and you don't know what to talk about, ask questions. You should always put the focus on the problem the client is having, or on them. So if they're talking about, I don't know, they want some new designs or they want something, just ask them follow-up questions. For example, they say, hey, we need a new logo design for this and this product. And you ask them, okay, so who is the target audience for this product? Or who will you be presenting this product to? Or what are your concerns? Or do you have any guidelines? Or do you have any examples you like? Just ask them questions to get them talking about their problem. And they won't even notice that you're quiet most of the meeting. You're just listening. But be attentive to their details. That's the second point. The third point is also, put all the focus on you. Don't talk about yourself too much. If they ask you, give them a nice and clear answer, and that's basically it. So if they ask you where are you from, you say, I'm from Slovenia. I'm from Celje. It's a small town in Slovenia in Eastern Europe. And I've worked with agencies here for most of my life, or most of my professional life at least. That's okay. That's okay. And try to be honest. Don't hide things. The common misconception is that if they see that you're working alone and you're trying to charge a good amount for your work, they will say, "Oh, that's too much for just one person." It's actually just the opposite. As long as you're delivering good work and that work actually benefits them, they won't be worried about the price too much. So that's another tip. Try to use a silent environment where clients can clearly hear what you are saying. So if there's construction nearby, they won't be able to hear what you're saying. So that's not a good idea. But in some cases, you won't have another choice. Maybe you'll be traveling or you'll be somewhere not in your home office, and you will be somewhere where there's a lot of people around, maybe in a coffee shop or somewhere. In that case, just put on your headphones that have a microphone here. If you don't have any other choice, like you cannot move because the meeting is in 5 minutes and you don't have time to go to a quiet place, and there's construction going on nearby, talk to the client. Say like, we're having some renovations done here in the neighborhood, so I apologize for the background noise, and they will be okay with that because they have the same problems. I don't know, there's not an office in the world where there's not a construction going on nearby sometime in the world. Also, another point, have an agenda. Having an agenda is very important because the clients will usually just go on about what they need and their needs and what kind of work they want you to do and stuff like that, but they won't have an agenda on what this meeting is actually about. This meeting can be about a couple of things. It can be about closing the sale. It can be about making revisions. It can be about a consultation for a project that you will create a proposal for. So have an agenda on how to end the meeting. Once you have enough information and you've talked about all the relevant stuff, say to the client, "Okay, thank you for this feedback. It was really nice talking to you. We have all the information we need to create an effective proposal for you, and please expect the proposal by tomorrow morning." That's great because they know that you are professional, that you've understood everything, and that they know what the next step will be. You need to tell them what the next logical step in the project is. It can be revisions, it can be a proposal, or it can be just payment stuff or something. But they need to know that you've understood, that everything is done, that everything is okay, and what the next step is, like maybe tomorrow morning or schedule for the next meeting. So yeah, you need to have an agenda on how to do things, and on what to talk about, how to talk about it, and when to end it. Because nobody likes those boring Skype meetings. Skype meetings should be energetic and professional, because that's the way to get your clients engaged, and that's also a way for you to get engaged. So these were my tips for talking on Skype. Hopefully you like them. If you have any more questions or any other ideas of what I should talk about, please feel free to send me a message or write a comment, and I will do my best to answer that, or maybe create a video on the topic. So if you like my channel, please subscribe and share it if you think somebody might find this information useful. So that's it for today. Have fun.